Welcome to Inspire and Move, the show that inspires you to create, connect, and grow. I'm going to bring you meaningful conversations, aha moments, and all the motivation you need to up-level every part of your life. I'm Ali Aruda, founder of Inspire and Move, and your personal hype girl. I've gone from fashion school to celebrity stylist to corporate marketing to brick and mortar entrepreneurship with my husband, each time learning incredible lessons how to pivot, reimagine, and implement the steps to become successful. I am passionate about inspiring others to live their best life, a life of joy. We have the power to design a life that we love because life is too short not to. The best part is that you weren't meant to do this alone. If you feel like you were meant for more, let me ride shotgun with you, and together, let's get you to where you want to go. Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Inspire and Move podcast. I am your host, Ali Aruda, and you guys, we need to have a little celebration together because Inspire and Move, the podcast, has officially turned 1. This is so exciting, and I think I'm going to take a little bit of time to reflect on that and celebrate that and bring together some really fun nuggets of celebration and reflection to an episode really, really soon. So I just wanted to share that, acknowledge that. And today we are going to be chatting about collaboration, which has to be one of my favorite topics. It's a really amazing energy that I love to sit in. I love to work within. And I am fresh off of the stage because your girl was just a panelist at an event called the Collab Party, hosted by two of my girlfriends, Kristina and Carly. If you follow me on Instagram, you have probably seen it. I mean, here we are at the time of the recording. The event was earlier today. I'm recording it now. But obviously, when this episode comes out, those stories will be gone. But it is their second event called the Collab Party. And it is literally all about collaboration and partnerships and working together and community, which is another one of my favorite words. And it's also a big part of my brand and my businesses. And that was one thing I was sharing from stage is that, you know, community building is a big part of my brand, Inspire and Move, but also the business that Matt and I own together, Benchmark Fitness. We're a luxury boutique gym in downtown Burlington, Ontario. And one of the things that we are most proud of, and I also think we do really well, is community, building community, cultivating connections and networking and referrals within our community, supporting our community. I'm actually recording this podcast right now before we go out this evening to celebrate one of our community members launching her podcast, Renee Walker. We are going to celebrate you tonight and couldn't be more excited for this member of our gym and peer launching her very first podcast. So that's exciting. And that's even like a little takeaway right then and there. Here we are. We're just like not even a full 3 minutes into this episode, but it's something that Matt and I were talking about, looking at our calendar for this week, seeing that we had a pretty stacked day on Wednesday with stuff happening at the gym, with this collab party event earlier in the day, and then also heading out that same evening to celebrate Renee for her podcast launch. And it was on the calendar because it's important. This is a big deal for Renee, and it's someone that we want to be a part of her celebration and celebrate her and this big achievement. So building community does sometimes come with having things on your calendar, whether you want to, get out of your sweatpants or your pajamas or your Mad Men marathon, whatever you may be doing. It is important to go out and cheer these people on. And I've had that a few times recently in the last few weeks. I've still been in a big season of events for myself for Inspire and Move. And there have been things on my calendar that, maybe I do want to have a quieter day, but it does still feel important for me to have some of these things on my calendar that is a result and a byproduct of building community and going out to celebrate these people for business grand openings, podcast launches, whatever it may be, celebrating their achievements, their wins, and their big milestones. And that's something that we actively choose to be a part of and to keep in our routine. But what I wanted to really dive into is to kind of share some of the questions and talking points that we chatted through today at the Collab Party, because I thought that, they were really excellent questions, really timely with where we are at right now in life, in business, collaborating with each other as, peer-to-peer businesses and brands, but also, maybe influencer collaborations. If you are someone who is seeking partnerships, or you are a brand, product, service that is wanting to work with an influencer for influencer marketing, I think that there's a lot that you can extract from the conversations that we had today at the Collab Party, and I'm excited to dive into them here and now with you on this episode. Question 1 was what to look for when considering a brand or business for collaboration. And I thought this was a really great starting point for the conversation today. And one of my answers was it actually starts with you. It starts with getting very clear, crystal clear on your vision, your mission statement, your core values. What is it that you stand for with your brand? Who are you as a brand, as a business, whether you're brick and mortar, product, service, personal brand? We're all personal brands, and being able to be very clear on what we stand for and what we're all about is really important, first of all, to know, so that you can also create content and share your messaging in a very aligned way, but that you are also going to be working with aligned partners. So you want to be very clear on this and use that as your North Star. Even just think of yourself, if you were a Fortune 500 company, those companies are so clear on their vision, their mission statement, their core values. It is something that evolves through their messaging, through their leadership meetings, through their reviews. And I love actually reading about this in leadership books, business books. It's something that we're actually looking to dive deeper into at Benchmark. We are a single gym. We have, one location, brick and mortar. We have an amazing team, but a small team. But that shouldn't make or break what this process is, that we should be having these conversations with our team that is very aligned with our core values and our mission statement and our vision. And Matt and I are at a point now where we've been in business for 5 years, and we're really excited to dive back into this process because we've had a long season of resiliency, and we're in an ongoing season of growth and momentum that feels so amazing, but we want to grow with that momentum and how we want to evolve and structure our messaging accordingly so that we can have those conversations with our team, with our members, our marketing, our social content, our website redesign that all supports this new updated vision, mission, and core values. So being really clear on what it is that you stand for, and then aligning with those brands and partners. And I said this too earlier today in the event, that I've said it actually multiple times. People are really smart with what they consume. So they will know if you are working with someone that they're like, that just actually does not feel very aligned for Allie. I've been following Allie for 1 year, 5 years, whatever it may be. And they will consume your content. They'll know your voice. They'll know your energy, who maybe you've worked with, or what kind of products that you use on a regular basis, whether they're a collaborative partnership or just something that you buy. People are always watching, and so they know. So you also have times that you need to graciously decline an opportunity. I mean, my friend Kristina thinks it's hilarious that I always use the example how McDonald's would just not be an energetic match for me. I am so passionate about fueling my body with high performance supplements and foods, nutritious foods, lots of water, getting a lot of steps, exercise, sleep. I have I'm very diligent with my healthy habits because those things also make me feel good. They support my goals, but they also make me feel good. So to work with a big, massive company like McDonald's, which would probably have an amazing comp plan for a partnership, it just wouldn't be an aligned partnership. I wouldn't be able to confidently speak about the products, the experiences, the service that I would receive. And people on the other end viewing this content would know, oh my gosh, I've literally never seen Allie post anything about McDonald's. She doesn't eat the food, she doesn't go there, doesn't drink the coffee, whatever it may be. You get the picture. But people are very smart with what they consume. So sometimes there might also be cases where you do have to graciously decline. Or better yet, if you have someone in mind that you know would be an aligned fit, make an introduction, make a referral, and everybody wins. You're having this beautiful reciprocity that you're going to pay it forward with this referral for a good friend of yours or a peer in the creator space, and you're going to help this partner that wanted to work with you be able to work with someone that is more aligned with their products, their goals, their vision, and mission statement. So that was kind of question number one. And we like to give some good examples as well, but I want to get to like the good, the meat of what this discussion, this panel discussion was. So question number 2 was sharing how collaborations have helped you grow, expand your brand, and expand your business. And one of the first things I said, which is by no means an original statement from yours truly, but I am such a firm believer of collaboration over competition. This is something I believe as a personal brand with Inspire and Move and what I do with curating events that are all about cultivating community and connection. But it's also something we really believe and feel quite confident with at Benchmark, that we are a brick and mortar gym in downtown Burlington, and we are surrounded by some other great studios that do things differently. We have a couple of amazing Pilates studios in our area, and we don't have reformers at our gym. We don't plan on having reformers at our gym because we don't need to. We have excellent neighbors that offer that product, that experience, those classes, and being able to kind of recognize that and believe that, oh my gosh, there's so much room for all of us. We can collaborate. Go over there for a reformer class and come over here if you want to use a high performance treadmill. Really feeling that. And I think for all of us that are in the online space as well, that everybody's going to do things differently. You could be a mindset coach, and then person A is a mindset coach and person B is a mindset coach, and you're both online, you work remotely, whatever it may be, but you will have very different personalities, messaging, the way that you service your clients. So there is most definitely room for both of you. And there is also room for both of you at the top. And I think the sooner that we can believe that and really truly feel that, then you are doing yourself a favor by operating in that abundance mindset, not scarcity mindset. If you are going out and thinking that like, I have to be the best because it's a competition, well, then you are very much operating from that lack, from that scarcity mindset. You want to feel that there's so much area of opportunity, and you will always do things differently than your neighbor, than the other person doing the same thing. Retail, you could sell the exact same brand, the exact same sweater. You are going to merchandise it differently. You're going to have different packaging, different branding. You're going to style it differently. You're going to service your customers differently. Feel confident in that. Don't worry about the fact that you both carry the same brand and the same sweater. Focus on what you do best and how you can service your client, and truly believing that there is space for all of us. I think with sitting in that energy, that also creates organic growth and expansion for you. And if you're talking now also with like a collaboration and a partnership, it's also going to trickle into that. And really feeling that, if you have this opportunity to collaborate with another brand, another business, creator, if it is an influencer collaboration with, a product or service, a business, and yourself as a creator, that really truly feeling that you both get to grow and expand together. And that goes all the way back to sort of like that mindset piece. Collaboration over competition. There's room for all of us at the top, and absolutely feeling like you get to operate out of that abundance mindset, that there is more than enough to go around, and the universe always has your back, and the universe will always provide more. Question number 3. How do you set clear rules, expectations to ensure success? How do you also navigate challenges along the way? So I chose to answer this kind of in like a 2-part question because both are very important. So setting clear rules and expectations, the first piece, actually for both of these, the answer starts with communication. And this is something that, communication is important, period. In, your marriage, friendships, family, business, collaborative relationships, all of the above. And I think when you can have a clear understanding of what it is that you want out of this collaboration, and more so what your partner wants, and I'm getting so much better, but yet I want to be a sponge. I always want to learn. And if you can also adapt that mindset that working with partners and having collaborations, maybe paid collaborations, again, this is kind of a bit more of like the creator notion, but being able to understand what is it that your partner's looking for? What are the key objectives? What is the timeline that they're working within? Do you have a budget? If you are being compensated, okay, then having that clear understanding as well. Or is there an additional budget available to buy a product? Let's say you're working with Sephora and you're doing a paid collaboration with them. Is there also budget for you to go to Sephora and maybe use a gift card and buy product that you can create content with? And really understanding what it is that your partner is looking for. And, is it stories? Is it reels? Is it blog posts, podcast ads? Really being able to understand those deliverables and timelines. And I think also the key objectives and messaging. And I always really like to think of things when working with a collaboration. I really like to feel that it is a partnership, because that means I really want what's best for them. And I want them to feel like I'm a partner, that I really want to adopt who they are, what they do, what is their product, what is the service that they deliver, and how can I best support that. And I am such a hype girl. So I will be a hype girl for this brand, this company, this product, service, whatever it may be. And this kind of goes back to, the earliest point of being aligned with who it is that you're working with. If it is, like I look at the two girls that hosted this event today, they are very aligned. They actually offer some similar services in their agency, but they do it differently and totally believe that there's room for both of them at the top. And how could you create better energy and more momentum and more abundance? You collaborate and you work together. So really feeling that throughout your conversations and dialogue back and forth, communicating what it is that you are working on, what are those objectives, timelines, and putting your best foot forward to support all of that. Now, part two, there definitely can be some challenges along the way. And I still feel that communication is the first way to navigate this, problem, if you will, but also being solution oriented. And I feel like my years of being in events really helped me build the solution mindset muscle. And I'm just going to call it solution mindset muscle. I like that. I just made it up on the fly. But even if it is, you run into a road bump, a little bit of turbulence, unexpected, and it's something that you need to communicate and share with your partner, before you just word vomit the challenge with them, to them, think through it first and come up with a solution. Have that solution-oriented mindset and that solution approach so that they feel very taken care of. They feel supported by you as their partner. And you are going to have this solution-oriented mindset while providing that solution for them. I'm trying to I feel like I'm interactive with you. I'm do you catch what I'm saying? But I'm here by myself in my office talking to you with this episode. But I just want to drill that home that, communication is so important, but also coming up with that solution approach. And that, again, will make them feel, they'll just create more trust in you. And you're going to set yourself up for success with this partner, even more so down the road. All right. Next question. What are your favorite ways to leverage each other's audiences and marketing specifically on social media? This was kind of fun, and I took this in the direction where you communicate what it is that they're looking for, what are their objectives, timeline, what are they just looking for? Are they looking for one story and one reel and 2 static feed posts? Let's just say that's the case. Well, what's the problem with over delivering? Nothing. That is something that I am super passionate about. I get excited about. And if you're going to a store, restaurant, whatever it may be, it's called, let's use a brick and mortar facility as an example. They want one story. Why not share 2, 3, 4, or 5? Or mix it up. Share a story of you, being in there, kind of more of your behind the scenes component. Maybe you get something from this particular business, bring it home, do an unboxing story or a packaging story or using the product, whatever it may be. Bring the viewers along for the journey and over deliver so that your partner's also already seeing, oh my gosh, wow, we only asked Ali for one story, but we're reposting these 3. Oh, and then there's another one reel. Why not make 2? You could also make one longer reel and do like a part 1, a part 2. You can get really creative here, but I think, this is something that I like to do. And so I'm kind of spilling the tea on some of my inner workings. But again, I believe there's room for all of us at the top, and we're all going to do things differently. So if this feels aligned for you and it's resonating, please take it away. And I hope it works wonders for you and that it sets you up for success. But over delivering right out of the gate in your partnership is going to set you up for success, at least in my experience. And I feel really strongly about that. I feel really passionately about that. I also like to, again, comes back to communication, really communicate with my partners of what it is that I'm going to be sharing. And earlier today, I used the example of collaborative reels or collaborative posts in general. I think that's an excellent way to grow and expand together, because now you're going to be tapping into 2 or 3, depending on how many people. You can currently do up to 5 collaborative accounts that you are going to be tapping into each other's audiences. And I did this a lot actually right after my big event, Women Inspiring Women. And I figured that, like our photographer, she was our photographer sponsor, Victoria, she was amazing. She captured the evening so beautifully. The poor thing probably had no content of her own because she was busy capturing everyone else. And so when I received, an amazing reel from my content team, my videographer, I thought, well, why wouldn't I just add Victoria as a collaborator? Because she should have some amazing content from this evening, and she didn't get anything. So it is so easy for me to add her as a collaborator and bring her along for the ride. Welcome my community into her community. And, who knows what could happen? Maybe there are people that see her added as a collaborator. They like her style, or they like the events that she does. They tap into what she's doing and they buy her product and service. So you see, there's a beautiful opportunity for this like energetic ripple effect, but it's also going to help you both grow with your accounts. And then you add maybe a 3rd or a 4th partner on that collaborative post, then you're growing even more. But what I also like to do is, again, everyone's feeds are like a very prized possession. Maybe they have an aesthetic flow or tones, branding. I always like to share what it is that I'm planning on posting. I'll give them either a screen recording of the reel so that they can, of course, visually see it, but also see the audio that it's paired with and how it's timed. Maybe I've added a voiceover so they can hear that as well. And also including the cover graphic I'm going to be planning to use, the draft of the caption, the hashtags. You want to ensure that you're taking them on the journey and that they feel really supported and that you are aligning with their brand and their messaging. And this is something that I also shared today is when I'm working with partners, this is again a little bit more focused on kind of like a creator side from a paid partnership, brand partnership. I will use their Instagram, their social, their website to ensure I am tapping into their key messaging. Are there words that I see repeatedly used on their website, their about page, in their social media, and being able to feed that into the content that I'm creating for this particular brand to ensure that it's aligned with their overall vision, mission statement, and core values. There's a beautiful flow here. And I think when you can be really intentional of what it is that you are drafting and creating, you are going to set yourself up for more success because this partner is going to feel so supported and along for, on your brand, but that is also a beautiful reflection of what they do so well. This is a beautiful transition into the next question about how do you measure success of a collaboration? And kind of going back or just sort of tapping into the, the idea of adding each other as like a collaborator, collaborative posts, and how that can grow your audience. That is such a great measure for a partnership is audience growth, brand awareness. I love doing that, working with some partners for my events that I want to over deliver on content that they receive in the form of Instagram reels, beautiful professional photography, professional video content. Because in this day and age, content is everything. It's almost like we can never have enough content, whether it be for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, your website, whatever it may be, and whatever is important to you for your personal brand, your business, but also the brands that you are working with or partners that you're bringing along for the ride. And I think brand awareness is something that we all want to lean into. So audience growth and brand awareness are kind of like two first things, more so like two preliminary things I really appreciate in terms of growth with a partner. Then you can kind of tap into the opportunity to work together again. And what I was saying before, like having them feel really supported and sharing the content with them, tapping into their keywords, things that you see on repeat in their own content that they produce that you can complement with what you're putting together. That's a really great opportunity for you to set yourself up for success with that partnership so that they choose to work with you again. And even the demand from your audience to see you work with this particular partner again. Maybe this partnership has an affiliate code or a discount code for your audience and that they can use over and over again. I've worked with clothing partners in the past where, there's a 15% off code that I actually got nothing of. There was no affiliate fee or anything for me, or pardon me, no affiliate opportunity. It was just a 15% off discount for my community, my audience to use every single time they visited the store or went to the website. And that was a win for them. So you might have your audience really wanting to see you work with this partner again and again because there's something in it for them and they like seeing all the new stuff come out. Or this was kind of, again, talking about this clothing partner. But, having this opportunity for the demand from your audience also feels like a big win and something that I would absolutely share with the partner, whether it be for, a wrap up of a campaign or when you had a coffee date just to kind of check in on the work that you're doing together. I've always communicated my wins because I'm really proud of things that I've achieved with partnerships that I've had in the past, brand partnerships, collaborative partnerships. There's a way to share it without feeling like you're really bragging. I think you can share it from a place of pride and confidence, but also helping them recognize that look at how much they've either grown on social or that you've brought them these 8 new customers. And that's kind of a beautiful foray into sort of the final 2 is referrals to these brands or partners, businesses, and then sales. I've had an amazing partnership in the past with Porsche, and Matt and I actually successfully sold a vehicle to somebody in our community at the tail end of my partnership with Porsche. And if you know the brand Porsche, those babies are not $100. They are a beautiful investment vehicle. And I was so freaking proud of that. That's probably my biggest win yet in terms of a brand partnership and checking that, sales check point. And it's something that I love being able to even share today in an event, that it's something that made me feel so good. I felt so confident and I felt so grateful for that particular partnership. I had a lot of fun creating content, finding great audios, filming in different locations. And then at the end of it, being able to confidently share back to the marketing team in an email that we actually sold a vehicle. This was the model. And we connected them with this salesperson and this manager at this dealership. And what a win. So that's kind of like your big kahuna. And everybody wants sales. We're all selling something all the time. So if you have that in your sort of like North Star of this brand partnership, that's great. Like you don't want to be super hardcore about it, but if you speak passionately and confidently, and again, let's go back to the very beginning that you are working with an aligned partner, then it's going to come. And I was saying this again this morning, how I'm working with some partners right now that I feel so excited and grateful for the opportunity to work with them. I'm working with this amazing med spa right now, and I feel just so much love and gratitude for the opportunity. I truly get so excited for all of my appointments. Everybody at the 2 clinics that I'm working with are so kind. They are so energetically aligned with the vision of the company. They all have beautiful smiles on their face all the time. They know my name. They ask how I'm doing. They follow me on social, so they know what I'm producing. And I just have so much love and gratitude and excitement for this partnership and for this opportunity, that I think if you can work with partners that make you feel like that, you are just naturally going to produce excellent content, and your messaging is going to also be excellent because you feel so aligned with the product, the service, the team, the vision of who you're working with. And it'll just kind of come out so effortlessly in what you put out. Like, you want to ensure that you're also putting out high quality content and messaging. But if you can sort of come from a place of love and gratitude and excitement, then that is just going to work wonders. And it's going to really show through what it is that you are producing from a content standpoint. And I think in closing, and for this beautiful solo episode, also believing that you are so worthy of doing amazing things when it comes to partnerships and collaborations. And I see this so often to people when it comes to collaborations, events, or swag bag partners. Just ask, what's the worst that can happen? You either get a no, which so often might just mean a no, not right now, and don't firmly believe that the door is closed. It might just be closed right now. Or they don't reply. And that's when the art of the follow-up comes up. And that might mean like a 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th email as a follow-up, not 1, not 2. You might need to put your little persistence hat on and wear that cute little persistence hat and practice your follow-up, ensuring that you are carrying through with your messaging and you are having like your personality shine through in those emails. And also believing that if they do say no, it might be a not right now. I've experienced that as well, and if you do get that no, then if you feel emotional, that's okay. But perhaps you need to give yourself maybe a day or go out for a walk, clear your head, come back and craft your reply back to them and have a lot of gratitude and appreciation and kindness in your reply because you want to leave that door open. Matt gave me that advice when I received an email back once that I wasn't really expecting, and the opportunity was a no, but it ended up being a beautiful something else. So it might just be a no, not right now, could be a this or something better. And so really taking that approach when it comes to your communication, your follow-up, and your replies, and sitting in that place of you have big dreams and there are big things that are coming from you. Coming for you. And ask, like, what is your dream partnership? What is your dream collaboration? Write it down, talk about it. Is it a brand? Like, one of my dream collabs, I'll tell you right now, is Aloe. I spend so much money at Aloe. I love their product. I love the seasonal colors that they come out with. I love their stores. And I love seeing that they're growing and evolving with what they produce from a content standpoint, that they're getting kind of into like some more tailored pieces. I would love to have a collaboration with Aloe. So I still choose to spend my money into the brand. I post it, I tag it, I wear it for my brand photo shoots. How can you pour into these future brands that you want to collaborate with and just put out that energy, put out the vibe, send the email, send the DM, take it from a DM to email and just see where that conversation can go. And I'm excited for you because this feels exciting. Like, I feel like there was a lot of amazing energy in the room today at this Collab Party event when talking about your dream collabs. And I think having that moment with amazing company supporting you in that, recognizing that, oh my gosh, yeah, why don't I just ask? Hey, I want to work with Joanna Gaines. I have an amazing product that would be so aligned with her magazine or gift guide. Just ask. And sometimes when you put it out there, let's use this today as an example, in a room full of entrepreneurs, high vibe people, there actually might be someone that is connected. And that even kind of taps into the power of networking and really building your network and pouring into your network for your network. You guys, I could go on and on here. Like, I'm really feeling aligned with this topic. So maybe collaborations and partnerships will be a more consistent topic here, kind of like get in the room. Matt and I love that topic as well, which, my gosh, it would be rude not for me to tell you about this. Get in the room. We have another mastermind. I don't know why I just sang that, but I am so excited to share that we are bringing the one-day Get in the Room Mastermind back. It is happening in Ontario wine country on Friday, November 8th. We have just launched it and we are so excited. The spots are of course limited because it's an intimate setting at a beautiful winery in beautiful wine country here in Ontario. So the link will be in the show notes. It's in my Instagram bio. It is on my Instagram. We would love to have you. The last one we did in the summer was just so amazing. And I think we actually have a couple of repeat attendees, which I love because that has been Matt and I. Last year, we went to Chris Harder's roundtable for his very first round, and we loved it so much that we immediately signed up and paid for another one just a few months later. And it was really so transformative for us, both professionally and personally. The relationships we've met and made and have maintained have been so beautiful that we have so much love and gratitude for, but it has also been really transformative and expansive for our business and, you know, our gym, as well as my personal brand and the vision for what's next for us. So we would love to have you if this feels aligned. I'm only just a DM away. If you have any questions, please just slide into the DMs. Let's chat. Let's hop on a call. See if it's right for you. Friday, November 8th in beautiful Ontario wine country. Link for the details is in the show notes. And a couple more events coming up that we'll link those as well. Just the event page at Inspire and Move. Couple more opportunities to connect in person before the year comes to an end. And I would love to see you there. I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride, for being a part of the Inspire and Move community, the Inspire and Move podcast community for the last year. And I can't wait to bring you more guests, more content, and more high vibe energy. So dream big. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you took 30 seconds and shared this on social media, send it to a friend, or leave a 5-star review. There is power in community, and I am so grateful to have you part of mine.